Good morning, Quinnipiac. It's 10:30 in Hamden. I'm Isabella Roman.
And I'm Joe Chavone. In the news this hour, the captain of the South Korea ferry that sank in April was sentenced to 36 years in prison for abandoning his passengers.
The boat crash killed more than 300 people. Most of the victims were high school students on a class trip. Besides the captain, 14 other crew members received sentences that range from 5 to 30 years. This was one of the worst disasters in South Korean history.
A sheriff's deputy in Saratoga County, New York, has been suspended after a video showed him sparring with a man he pulled over. The man was trying to convince the cop not to search his car. The video shows the cop smacking the man in the back of the head and cursing at him. Saratoga County officials say they take these matters very seriously and don't condone this kind of behavior.
On Monday, 2 people were stabbed in Israel. One was an Israeli woman in the West Bank, and the other was a soldier in Tel Aviv. Both victims were killed by attackers who are believed to be Palestinian. These attacks come after an Arab-Israeli man was shot and killed by Israeli police over the weekend. Palestinian leaders are saying Israel's policies are to blame for the rise in violence, but the Israeli Prime Minister says Palestinian leaders provoked the situation.
President Barack Obama announced Monday that the U.S. and China have agreed to a new 10-year visa policy for tourists and businessmen. The agreement allows citizens to travel between the two countries for up to 10 years on a single visa. Travelers can currently receive 1-year visas. This puts China on level footing with other major trade partners like Brazil and several European countries.
After weeks of isolation, the New York doctor who has been quarantined after visiting Africa will be released. Dr. Craig Spencer, who worked with Ebola patients in Guinea, was being held at Bellevue Hospital since he was diagnosed on October 23rd. The release of Spencer will mean no one in the United States is currently being treated for the virus.
A Waterbury judge sentenced 25-year-old Stephanie Clavell to 2 years in prison for manslaughter after she caused a fatal car accident because she was texting while driving. Her sentence was reduced from 4 years to 2 after Clavell pleaded guilty in August. Clavell has told the victim's family she is truly sorry for their loss.
The Mexican government has announced that the group of students who went missing 6 weeks ago were most likely murdered by a drug gang. Citizens of Mexico are angry in how the government handled the case, and protesters over the weekend even set fire to part of the National Palace. Last week, police arrested the ex-mayor of the town where the students went missing, along with his wife.
And in sports, Arizona Cardinals quarterback Carson Palmer suffered a torn ACL in Sunday's 31-14 victory over the St. Louis Rams. Palmer, who just signed a 3-year contract extension, will miss the remainder of the season. His replacement will be Drew Stanton, who played in 3 games this year when Palmer was injured earlier in the season. The Cardinals are 8-1 and lead the NFC West Division.
And now, a look at the weather. Mostly cloudy today with a high chance of morning showers. By the afternoon, the rain clouds should be clearing up and the day can reach as high as 65 degrees. For the upcoming weekend, temperatures around 45 degrees, but no chance of rain. And did you see the fog this morning?
I did see it this morning. Up on York Hill, looking out my window, usually you have that great view of the mountains and everything. I couldn't see a thing.
I know, driving last night, I couldn't see maybe like a foot in front of me.
Crazy.
It was insane. Well, that's the news and weather at this hour. I'm Isabella Roman.
And I'm Joe Chavone, WJRN News.